Investors breathing a sigh of relief now that a deal to raise the federal debt ceiling has been passed and signed into law. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy calling spending cuts historic, but some GOP lawmakers wanted a lot more. Speaker McCarthy joins us now, and we heard it again and again. Mr. Speaker, we heard most recently from Patrick McHenry. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. And I guess again and again, that kind of describes what happened to some extent.
Well, thanks for having me. But no, I think this was a turning of the ship, a movement in the right direction. I mean, think about what we were able to achieve. For one of the first times, we were going to spend less than we spent last year. The Center for Fiscal Responsibility, this is the biggest cut in American history, $2.1 trillion. We were able to pull back the COVID funding that we had, the largest rescissions in American history. You can add up all the rescissions. This is larger than all of them accumulated together. What you found going forward, NEPA reform, cutting the red tape where we're limiting how length you can study something so you can build it. I think you're going to see a growth in the economy based upon that. Restructuring Congress in the point that I get so frustrated that we don't do the most basic things we're supposed to do, like our 12 appropriation bills. So we change the structure in that. If we don't get our job done, there's a 1% cut across the board. Everybody has an angst about that. Well, what that really means is it's going to force us to do our job. I think these are very healthy movements in the right direction. It doesn't solve the problem by any means, but it does put us in a new path of moving forward.
I wonder how we get to some of those goals. You wanted to freeze federal spending for 10 years. What we did get was non-defense spending flat in 2024 and an increase of 1% in 2025. So that's not close to what you'd like. And I don't know, you'd still probably like that, wouldn't you? And how do you, what do you do now? You caught the bus, you're the dog that caught the bus. Now what? We still have major issues.
We have major issues, but remember what we were dealing with, that we weren't able to look at the entire budget. We dealt all of this with about 11% of the budget. And what we did was we increased spending on defense to the president's level. We increased veterans, but non-defense we lowered back below 22 levels. That was a goal, to get back below 22. Remember, this is a bill that has to get through the House, the Senate, and signed by the president. In the Senate, we had a number of Senate Republicans that wanted to spend more money on defense. So we had a challenge there, but I think we threaded the needle. We put caps on this for 6 years. So we didn't get 10, but we got 6. So there are a number of things we won in this process. What was really important is the president wouldn't even speak to us for 97 days. He wouldn't even negotiate. I watched your shows every morning. You'd have Republicans and Democrats on, and all the Democrats said they should just raise the debt limit and do nothing. We ended up getting the largest cut in American history, which is the right start, but there's so much more we have to gain. And what you really need to look at is the entire budget to do the job correctly and put us on the right path.
Yeah, 90 days, and you went back and forth with the president. Then it was, this is from the White House, MAGA House Republicans Default on America Act. That's what they called it. There were hostages taken. There were terrorist negotiations. I mean, the rhetoric was beyond belief. And then when it was all said and done, the president said that, wow, he couldn't have said nicer things about you. He said, wow, he negotiated in good faith. It was awesome. You were pretty complimentary, too. This seems like, is this the beginning of a beautiful friendship, to reference Casablanca?
I don't know. If you're in the meetings, it's not always beautiful inside. You got to fight for what you believe in. At the end of the day, we were able to come to an agreement, which I think is important for the American public. But I think in the end, the American public won on this debate. But they never wanted to negotiate with us, which I thought was the wrong position. When you look at the overall bill, there are no new taxes that the president wants. There's no new spending that the president wants. There's no new government programs that the president wants. So I thought at the end of the day, it was a good negotiations.
Speaker McCarthy, I'm curious, and maybe you don't want to say this on the air, how much of the initial proposal was a negotiating tactic, if you will, that they were anchoring devices happening on your side, and by the way, on President Biden's side as well, that made it look like you were super far apart, and that's what actually led you to get to the middle? Or did you look at the initial proposal as a genuine, not to say it wasn't a genuine proposal, but recognizing that there was going to have to be compromise to get there?
Well, I always knew there was going to be compromise. Remember, Andrew, we only have the House by a 5-seat majority. They have the Senate and they have the presidency. So it's very difficult as you're moving forward. Their whole plan was to take us to the brink and just raise the debt ceiling and dare us to go over the cliff. I thought a more appropriate way is to sit down and negotiate. That's why I went to the president February 1st.
Speaker, in fairness.
Well, yeah, but all due respect, Andrew, let me finish the answer to your question. When we passed the bill, Limit, Save, Grow, it was exactly what we wanted to get. We didn't go over the top. We literally said we wanted to go back to 22 levels. We want to cap it for 10 years. We want to pull COVID money back. We moved forward. But I knew at the end of the day I would not get 100% of that. But I wanted to base our negotiations off that bill, and that's exactly what we were able to do. That's the framework of the final bill.